Life outside the closet may seem scary, but these celebs are here to prove that it doesn't have to be. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 inspirational LGBTQ+ celebrities. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we took a look at stars who are outspoken members of the LGBTQ+ community. Number 10. Frank Ocean.
What inspires me to make music is, I guess I'm just inspired to tell stories, and you gotta make sure the listener is listening to you.
In 2012, Frank Ocean was a rising star, mostly known for his involvement with the hip-hop collective Odd Future when he posted an open letter to his Tumblr page detailing his first experience in love, falling for a male friend. In a genre that's been critiqued for its homophobia, Ocean's admission was significant. Many in the music industry and the hip-hop community accepted him with open arms, including Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and Tyler, the Creator. Although Ocean isn't one to disclose much about his private life, preferring to let his music speak for itself, in 2016, after the Pulse nightclub shootings in Orlando, he wrote an essay detailing his feelings about the attacks and his own experience with homophobia. Number 9. Ian McKellen.
Gandalf, I'm glad you're back.
So am I, dear boy.
Most people know him for his roles as Gandalf in The Lord of the Rings and Magneto in X-Men. But how many fans know that Sir Ian McKellen is gay?
My brothers. Welcome.
Honestly, probably most of them, unless they've been living in a hobbit hole. McKellen has been a vocal champion for queer rights ever since he came out publicly in 1988 on a BBC Radio 3 program, and has since participated heavily in a number of LGBTQ+ organizations, including co-founding the rights lobby group Stonewall.
Did you find coming out publicly, was there any negative to it for you?
None.
None whatsoever? With your
My
career?
film career took off. I hadn't had one before, really. I've never met a gay person who regrets coming out.
The actor has even said he's been reluctant to campaign for other issues because it would take away from his top priority, ensuring equality for gay people around the world.
There's a long way to go, but...
Well, you've been out in front and you've helped a lot of people.
Number 8. Sam Smith.
And I lay by your side.
This talented crooner was thrust into the spotlight quickly thanks to the success of the song Latch, and pretty much from the get-go, Sam Smith was transparent about his identity as a gay man, coming out publicly in early 2014.
Now, were you at all concerned that, coming out would have a negative impact on your career?
No. Actually, you know what? I was a tiny bit, but at the same time, for me, it's always been about the music.
He hasn't ignored the fact in the years since either, having celebrated a gay wedding in his video for Lay Me Down, and thanked the man who'd broken his heart for helping him win 4 Grammys in 2015.
I want to thank the man who this record is about, who I fell in love with last year. Thank you so much for breaking my heart, because you got me 4 Grammys.
Although Smith did earn some flack for mistakenly claiming to be the first openly gay man to win an Oscar, he did dedicate his award to the LGBTQ+ community, making it clear he'll speak out for those who can't be heard. Number 7. Jane Lynch.
It was unmistakable. It was like spotting the first spark on the Hindenburg. A quiver.
She played a hard-headed cheerleading coach on Glee, but Jane Lynch is much more timid when she steps away from the camera. In fact, Lynch only came out to her family at the age of 31, though she had known she was gay since she was a child.
When I heard there was a word for it, I was about 12, and someone was talking about boys walking down the beach together in Florida, holding hands in some part of Florida, and they're gay, and I went, oh! Inside, that I'm the girl version of that.
The comedian says she's grateful to lesbian figureheads like Ellen DeGeneres and Rosie O'Donnell, who paved the way for her relatively painless coming out. But she's also said that she no longer feels there's a prejudice against queer people in Hollywood. That's a positive message for closeted youths everywhere.
It does get better, and it got better for me.
Number 6. Ricky Martin. After Living La Vida Loca launched Ricky's crossover career in 1999, this Puerto Rican megastar amassed a significant gay following, but it wasn't until 2010 that he acknowledged his orientation in a post on his website, saying, "I am proud to say that I am a fortunate homosexual man. I am very blessed to be who I am. Ever since, Martin has been an outspoken supporter of gay rights and marriage equality. For example, he's delivered poignant speeches at the GLAAD Awards and the United Nations Homophobia Conference, and was vocal in his support of gay marriage in his native Puerto Rico prior to its legalization in 2015.
It took me a minute to come out, but when I did, it felt incredible.
Number 5. Ellen Page.
No. There it is. That little pink plus sign is so unholy.
This Canadian actress rose to fame playing a pregnant teen in the 2007 movie Juno, and for her first years in the spotlight was private about her sexuality. However, in a speech at a human rights campaign conference in Las Vegas in 2014, Page opened up about being a lesbian.
If we took just 5 minutes to recognize each other's beauty instead of attacking each other for our differences, that's not hard. It's really an easier and better way to live. And ultimately, it saves lives.
She said she chose to come out because she believed she could make a difference in other individuals' struggle for acceptance. She hasn't veiled her identity since then, starring in the lesbian drama Freeheld opposite Julianne Moore, going public with her relationship with surfer Samantha Thomas, and traveling the world to explore LGBTQ+ culture on a global scale with her documentary series Gaycation.
We're in DC. We're here to explore what people's plans are for the next 4 years.
Number 4. Laverne Cox.
I'd like to report an emergency.
Best known for her role as Sophia on the Netflix series Orange is the New Black, Cox is a serious inspiration for trans individuals everywhere.
I'm finally who I'm supposed to be. Do you understand? I can't go back.
She's been a trailblazer in many ways. For example, in 2010, she became the first African-American transgender person to produce and star in their own reality show with the makeover series Transform Me. And in 2014, she not only became the first openly transgender person to appear on the cover of Time magazine, but also the first openly gay trans person to be nominated for an acting Emmy. And through it all, Cox has worked hard to educate the public about trans rights as well as the trans experience.
At the end of the day, we have to highlight the humanity of trans people and lift up trans people's stories. It's been very frustrating for me to watch commentary about this without actual trans people being present, and that's why I wanted to be here today to add trans voices to this conversation.
Number 3. Neil Patrick Harris.
See that girl? Oh yeah, you just know she likes it dirty.
He may be known for playing womanizer Barney Stinson on How I Met Your Mother, but in real life, this triple threat performer appears to be one of the sweetest people you could ever meet.
Did Marshall give me the signal? No!
He came out to the public as a gay man in 2006 and confirmed his relationship with David Burtka soon after, with the couple marrying since the Marriage Equality Act was passed and going on to raise an adorable family together. Talk about #relationship goals.
Congratulations. You and David are together, what, more than 10 years?
More than 10 years, and we'd been engaged for 7 or 8 of those 10. And it wasn't legal to get married in our state until recently.
NPH supports many charitable organizations, from the Elton John AIDS Foundation to the Trevor Project. But perhaps his most inspirational contribution is the wide array of roles he takes on, proving you don't have to be typecast based on your sexuality.
I want to talk to you about something.
Number 2. Ellen DeGeneres.
I just happen to be wearing this today.
This comedian already had many fans thanks to her self-titled sitcom, but in 1997, she was propelled even further into the public eye when the character came out to her therapist, played by Oprah.
Why was it necessary for you to come out, tell the public? Why was it necessary for the character to do so?
Because it's okay.
Ellen then mirrored this in real life by coming out live on the Oprah Winfrey Show. She immediately became the first openly lesbian actress to portray a lesbian character on TV, and has received numerous accolades for her trailblazing.
And so if by standing up for what I think is right makes me an activist, I'm an activist.
DeGeneres' activism didn't stop with her own story, however. She consistently addresses LGBTQ+ issues on her show, continues to support gay rights with her wife Portia de Rossi, and in 2016, she was awarded for her activism with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
I know that embracing all of our identities is the way to thrive and to overcome the limitations and prejudices that surround us.
Well, I didn't tell anybody that I was going to do it, so nobody had a chance to give me any advice.
Oh, they didn't? You just did it?
I just did it without, nobody in my life knew, nobody professionally or personally knew.
And I want us to be one person. I want us to be unified. I don't want us to keep being segregated.
Number 1. Elton John.
I'm still standing
comes to LGBTQ+ issues achieving mainstream acceptance, Elton John is a monumental figure, initially coming out as bisexual in 1976 and ultimately revealing he was comfortable being gay in 1988 after divorcing his wife. Sir Elton finally married his longtime partner David Furnish in 2005. Offering his fervent support of same-sex marriage in the UK, John said the ability to call someone your husband instead of your partner makes a great difference. He's also spoken out against Russia's LGBT propaganda law.
And you would say to him what?
I said, come on, this is not, gay people are not the problem here. They are not the problem of the world. The world faces much bigger problems.
What's more, the Tiny Dancer singer has been destigmatizing and has been raising funds for AIDS since he founded the Elton John AIDS Foundation in the early 90s after the disease claimed his friend Freddie Mercury.
The stigma hasn't really changed that much in 31 years. You're still getting people, it's a shame-based disease. It's based on sexual transmission.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.